Health equity is really it's about justice. To me, it's at the core of what we are supposed to be about as healthcare providers. It's about ensuring that every patient that we see has access to not just quality care and the best care, but the care that's appropriate to them. That it's not distributed in ways that some are left out. Fundamentally, my role as a clinician is to make sure that my patient has what he or she needs to be the healthiest that they can be. But my patient could be anybody. It's not based on class and it's not based on where they live. My patient could be anybody. And that equity is about making sure that everyone has that access. Everyone can be healthy. It's interesting when people start to think of who should and who should not have access to health care. And oftentimes when people engage in that conversation, they forget the privilege that they bring to that situation. They forget that they are privileged to have access to a job or access to insurance or access to providers who are not going to look at them differently or treat them differently. It's interesting to me because when their social situation changes, all of a sudden they're sort of enlightened to, oh my goodness, this isn't fair, this isn't right. They start to understand that privilege allows you to put a blinder on so that you don't see the other person's situation. And understand, there's a saying, there but for the grace of God go I, that we could all be in that situation at any point in time. The other part for me is important is understanding that when we leave people out, we are worse off. We're worse off as a community, we're worse off as a society. What we need is the best of everyone to be able to contribute to the richness of what makes us who we are, what makes us who we are as a nation, as an organization, as a community. But you can't have that if people don't have access to good care. When addressing issues of equity and of justice, when we think about health disparities and we think about diversity, these are daunting problems. These are not new problems. And one person alone can't take on that challenge. That doesn't mean one person shouldn't try to do something where they are. But it's the collective that can make change. It's when the I's come together to form the we's that you have the power to make a difference. And so no one should ever feel this burden of, I have to do it by myself, but understand that together you can make a difference. Together we can move more towards equity. Together we can move more towards social justice.